Hello kids, good morning! How was your sleep? I hope we're all doing fine and we have a great day ahead. So, now, welcome again to our 6th week of Guidance Office webinar. So, let's go! Let's start! So once again, we have to recite our I Care rule. Rule number 1, we listen to each other. By listening to each other means we show concern and respect. I Care rule number 2, hands are for helping, not hurting. By using our hands, we extend it to give help to other people that is in need. And I Care rule number 3, we use our I Care language. Using I Care language by saying kind words to other people. And I Care rule number 4, we care for each other's feelings. By listening to each other, giving a help or extending our hands to give help, and using our I Care language, we show care and concern for each one. And I Care rule number 5, we are responsible for what we say and do. So always remember kids that we need to be responsible and think twice before saying anything and doing anything. So now, let's jump into our topic for this week. So our topic for this week is about knowing who to trust online. So this topic is connected with last week. So as you remember, our topic last week is about being safe online. So let's learn more about this. So finding fun games, learning cool new things, and talking to your friends is what the internet is for. But just as like in real life, you have to be smart and safe. It might seem silly to think about safety when you're on the web alone in your room. But it is important, remember, that to make sure that you are trusting the right site or website and the right people. Yes, unfortunately, many bad people or some bad people on the internet may try to scam you out of money or may steal your personal identity, which can cause a lot of problems. So you might also pick up viruses or malware, which will load your computer with advertisement and misleading links. Remember kids that sometimes while we're online or using our device and scrolling the web, sometimes there are some unfamiliar web or links that is popping surprisingly on our device. So this might be a viruses or malware, or sometimes people sending scam links to us. So be careful kids. Yes, that sadly not everyone online is our friend, because some people might start off being friendly but then end up pressuring you, or sometimes the worst thing is hurting you. Things might start out of fun but could become scary and upset. So it is important that you know what to do if someone is talking to you online and makes you feel uncomfortable or asking you to do things that you do not wish to do. So let's find out these tips so that you can learn more about it. So first thing is by using social media and apps. So by using our social media apps such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media sites that we can name, and also that can a great way to connect with friends and to people around us with a similar interest. Remember kids that these kinds of social media, there are also a lot of trolls set up camp, such as people sending scam messages or links. So always always be reminded that we need to keep our profile private and your circle or your group small. So by using social media app or the internet, we need to set up some privacy setting. So when you take the time to make sure that your online profile are private, strangers are likely less to bug you or disturb you. Using parental controls are less about taking away your freedom and more about protecting you. If something that's blocked seems too fine to you, ask your parents if they approve of it and they can remove the block. This kind of set up privacy setting is where it can help you to be less involved or your profile be exposed in public. So there will be a few people only who can see it, or maybe people who knows you or you know them, they are the one who can see your information. And using also these parental controls settings, they can help you protecting you in some searches engine na it seems that it is not appropriate on you. Because sometimes when we are searching some things that is similar, may mga things na or results or searches na nagpa-pop out that is not good for children like you. So with some additional tips of setting up privacy settings, popular apps are usually safer by nature. But with more people comes more potential for problems. For example, even if the app itself is safe, the users like you or like me, like us, can be in danger. So we need to be cautious and think smart while we are using those apps. So anytime that you have to put a personal information beyond your username or email of an account, get a parent involved. Ask always your parents' permission, and you should avoid putting in your address and payment information such as information sa credit card or any bank account information or any other personal info on your own. So always think and always ask your parents' help or permission. And another one is make sure that you turn on the safe search filters for Google or any other search engines, especially when we are looking or searching for some images, because sometimes some questionable content may come up just because it is a similar word or name that is you're searching for. So by this safe search filters, it can help you weed out the things that you don't want to see. So kids, while we are using our social media apps, sometimes you do not know the people who sending you messages or sending you a friend request. You don't know who really they are. They might seem friendly and have a nice profile, but remember that if you don't know them in real life, then they are a stranger. Sometimes they send messages. Don't reply to people with weird usernames. Even though you are not friends with these people, they can send you still a message. A friendly hi or with a heart emoji might not seem harmless. But when it comes to a username like PuppyCutie88398, it seems like probably a sign of that is a spam or a message that meant to scam people. So we can tell that username is fishy because it has random numbers and usually combined with two common word or names. Strangers' usernames and strangely based or phrase messages are a good indicator of a spam. these spammers could be trying to sell you something, or perhaps may steal your money or your information and build a friendship, or initially order you a scam later. Either way, sometimes just simply responding gives these people a sign that they might be able to hack you. So when you respond to these people's messages, so they will think they might able to send you a link or can make fool on you, or yes, send scam messages to you. So in actions on this, we need to ignore these messages altogether to avoid our future problems. And when there are times someone online might ask you a lot of questions, example, they may ask you for photos or phone number or your address or whatever places you're going out, you don't have to answer them. Just leave the game or ignore these people and tell a trusted adult about it. Once again, always remember, kids, that we don't talk to strangers. You've probably heard this before many times, but the easiest way to be safe online is by only friending, following, and talking with people whom you know in real life. Although you can stay mostly anonymous in chat rooms, it is important to remember that others can too, and strangers can easily pretend to be someone that they are not. And with this mind, it's worth it to approach every chat with caution. Be smart and be safe when you are chatting or when you send messages or where you are in a group chat. So sometimes there are strangers will seem friendly, but then they'll ask for something in return. So again, don't click any links if they send to you, and don't give out any of your personal information. So what are this personal information? Again, your name, about your family, your address, your school, or anything else that can help them to identify you. And if you have plan to visit some strangers filled sites, these sites, make sure that you ask your parents about it. And if you think it is some fishy or you're curious about it, ask your parents or trusted adult about that website. Another one is, do not accept free gifts, favor, or any game credit. They might want something from you in return. As I said earlier, when we talk to strangers and they may ask something or give us something and then we accept it, they might have something in return from you. So, they might make you feel special now, but later they will pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. So try to say no thanks or no and leave the conversation. Again, kids, do not forget that be careful who you trust online. Remember that people you have met online are still strangers. No matter how long you have been talking to them or how friendly they are, meeting up with these people can be dangerous. So only do so with your parents or your carers or your adults' permission. Even then, only when they can be present. So they should be present. Dapat kasama ang parents. Or if only go with your friends, then you risk putting them in danger too. So when you are planning to meet those strangers with your friends, you might get your friends be in danger also. So always remember, be careful who you trust online. another, it can be easy to overshare online. You might put a lot of information online. Sometimes people ask all the right questions, and before you know it, you've shared too much. Sometimes people asking about your name, your favorite color, and many more information that is you think that is normal. But then again, as you've noticed, you've shared already too much about it, about yourself. So, keep it in private. When you are chatting to people or posting things online, make sure that you keep yourself personal information private. This includes such as like your home address and your mobile number. If you are active on social network sites, or if you have your own blog, or you're like others that you have vlogging or gaming profile, you have profile accounts, games, and think about what and who can see it and what they can see on that profile. You can set a privacy setting to limit who can see your content. So giving out personal information can make you more vulnerable. So once again, always put in mind that getting set up in your settings phone or your device a private settings. So keep it in private, especially your information, your personal information. So let's understand the tools. If someone is being inappropriate online, it is important that you save the message or the conversation. Many services have tools that enables you to block and report users who are being abusive or making you feel uncomfortable. So if some people sending you messages that makes you feel uncomfortable, so have some screenshots about it, screenshots on it, and then tell your parents, tell a trusted adults regarding to that concern or to that information or to that situation. So or else you can set a setting. You can block or report users that is making you feel uncomfortable or sending you abusive words. So we need to stay in control. If you have met someone online and the conversation with that person are making you feel again uncomfortable, tell an adult you trust. Or you can report it to the police, because all the reports are taken seriously, and a police officer will contact you to advise you on the next step. So if you experience such situation that some people or stranger sending you an uncomfortable message that makes you uncomfortable, you can tell adults, or we can report it to the police, and then the police or the person who have the authority can give you a right advice on what to do about it. Next is, it's okay to make mistakes. Remember, it is just like learning something new at school. Learning how to be safe online takes so many practices. So we all make mistakes at first. Just be sure to get help if you feel worried and upset about anything that you experience online. Talk to a parent, your teacher, or a school counselor. Even if the other person doesn't want you to tell anyone, you are allowed to talk about it with an adult you trust. It is important to tell an adult that then together you can figure out what to do next. Remember, kids, that if you experience that people sending you messages that makes you feel uncomfortable and they are threatening you to not tell other people about it, no, you have to control about it. You have to control, and you need to tell to your parents what is happening on you. And then if you feel worried or upset about it, you need to tell them, or you can approach a teacher or ask a school guidance counselor, so we can make and figure out what to do next. And ask your parents what is safe. For an easy way to stay safe, on the right sides, ask your parents to make a folder with links of all the favorite websites that they can save inside your computer or your desktop. That way, you won't accidentally go somewhere else. You cannot be accidentally go to some websites that is not appropriate on you, or a website that is not good for children. So this applies when you are also at school, because just because your parents approve of something doesn't mean your teachers also will. Especially schools are usually a little more watchful and strict of some websites, and may even have some blockers for specific sites or searches. So some schools are giving or setting some blockage sa mga websites that is not appropriate to the students or to the children. So there are some schools doing that for the safety. Again, kids, be reminded that we need to be careful who we trust online. Don't forget, the internet can be so fantastic place to connect with your friends, discover new things, and be creative. However, it's really important to be careful what personal information you shared and who you share it with. Not everyone online has good intentions. Even if you've been chatting to someone for so long, remember that people that you have only met online are still strangers. Always remember, kids, that there always somebody you can talk to. The school counselor or officer is here anytime, for any reason. If you have seen something scary or experienced some upsetting online and there's nobody you can talk to, then tell us. Give us a call, send us an email, or start a web chat. That's all. We would like to give thanks and acknowledge the sources that we have in this presentation, the kidshelpline.com. Once again, to our dear parents and pupils, thank you very much for joining and giving us your time to our webinar this week that we prepared for you. In spite of our new normal settings, the Zamboanga Chongwa High School, the Guidance Office is doing our best to extend our services to our students and to our parents' needs. Please click like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative videos to come. Once again, thank you for your support. Keep safe and God bless us all.